You're so charming, really, but I'm not looking for anything right now. You should have a girlfriend. You're so cute. Wanna be my friend, maybe? You've been friend-zoned. This video is for those who, from one hand, succeed to get a number from a girl, but hardly manage to convert these numbers to dates. I will mention variety of reasons and solutions to cure that phenomenon. It's late afternoon. You just left your daily 5 to 9 workplace and you're on your way home going through this jam-packed metro. You barely got a place to stand, and after few station stops, you hear a tight clatter of high heels behind you with a seductive scent of cassoulet. You turn around slowly and you see in front of you a beautiful girl with a white shiny high heels, long legs, red tight plaid skirt, and a black blazer covering skinny body with teeth on toes and white headsets. You're freezing, but you guys started looking at each other, smiling until you raise your balls and open your mouth. She takes off her headsets and slowly and excitingly, you approach her confidently without any bombastic pickup line, and abracadabra, she immediately smiles and starts to look good. You're taking the lead, and she even misses a ride for you by following your invitation to exit with you at your metro station, because you turn on her curiosity and now you can build it up more. You assume that it's on, so you pull out your phone and she gently piano playing on it with her shiny nails, and for a few minutes later, you're at home thinking about her and killing hours of hours what to write down. You ask your friends what to write down. She eventually replies your message after all that brainstorming. It seems good so far, but eventually, after a couple of days or weeks, her replies begin to appear in a delay that grows in a linear way and gets even shorter. So she starts to act impassive, and you start to double text or even triple text back. But it's helpless, man. She's gone. You blame yourself. You start to wonder, what's wrong with myself? Why am I so frustrated? You even get upset at your mom or dad or any close friend on an issue that normally wouldn't be an issue. And this story repeats itself over and over and over. However, if this scenario really happens to you and you feel like that this video wouldn't assist you, then you are free to leave. But if not, and deep down you feel that it's really talking to you, then stay here, because perhaps you might get some awareness which will increase your number to date conversion rate and broom your frustrations away. Only, of course, if not just watching this video, but as well implementing the attached call to action practical advices for each one of them. First of all, I want to tell you that it's okay. We all have been there. We all got rejected by girls, and it's a natural thing. It's part of the world, and we are all part of it. And it's already good because at least you're taking action. So before we continue, I recommend you to subscribe to my channel, because watching 1 or 2 videos will not make a world difference. Pickup gurus tell you that it's a number game and that the minority will actually agree to meet up with you. Bullshit. It's just a manipulation to get rid of responsibility for their lousy pickup guides. It's half true. You are not the only one, and a lot of guys do get friend zoned or flaked. Women are flaky species in general. It's in their nature. They even flake themselves. Even I have been in your place, and a lot more times than you can possibly imagine. And that still happens. I still get rejected, more or less than in the past, but I still do. And I realized through a lot of error and trial how to minimize that friend zone phenomenon, and that is why I made this video for you. So I'm hoping you will get some values from it. Going on a date requires the approval of another person, and this compliance, my friend, relies on several factors. So why this is only half truth then? Because there are some factors that are in your charge, your responsibility, and Changing them will decrease your chances to be friend zoned and even enhance your chances to even date more and more girls. Most of these factors appear already in the first interaction between you and a random girl that you have just randomly met. So let's get into business. Talking too fast. Communication between people is divided for two groups. One is verbal communication and non-verbal communication that include tone of voice and body language. Verbal communication takes only 7% of the total communication between people, and 93% is on the non-verbal communication, which is divided to 38% of the tone of voice and 53% of the body language. Enough with statistics. Just from understanding that, you can realize how tone and how voice has such an integral part of the communication. And why do I say this? A lot of guys talk very fast, and by doing that, they kill the possibility of the girl to feel attracted to them. It's not bad to start fast, but yes, it's recommended in a very early stage to talk slower. That shows confidence and allows the girl to actually feel more relaxed next to you. And yes, it creates sexual tension between you and the girl. My practical advice for you is for the next 3 girls that you are going to approach, have a gap of 1 second between the words of the sentences when you express yourself. Start doing so even with the people you know. If you will piss off someone, that is already their issue. Frame. How are you today? Where are you about to go? When are you free? Everything is she. It starts already before exchanging numbers. A lot of guys think that changing numbers means attraction, and that's the biggest nonsense. A girl is on the way somewhere, she's in a hurry somewhere. If it's not something really important that she has to run for, like, work or to a doctor, etc., and I mean by meeting a girlfriend or shopping, and then she could stop and really get to know you. It can be seen by her body language or if she controls the conversation. A lot of guys has a fear to lose a girl because she is pretty. My practical advice here for you, my friend, is to write down a list of several topics that usually repeat themselves while interacting with girls. And just write down your genuine opinion, your real, true nature opinion about this topic. Make a list of what's important for you in a girl as well. And then the next time you meet 1 or 2 or 3 girls, go with that truth. Tone of voice. And no, I'm not talking about low tone or high tone. And no, faking lower tone will not make you sound more like a man. What I'm talking about is how you end up your phrases. There is a fine line between a voice of a man and a boy. And you know what's that? The end of the sentence, and even single words that you say separately in that specific phrase or sentence. A boy ends up a word or a sentence with a tone that with diagram that on a graph, then direction will go higher in the end. All right, like, how are you doing? All right, and while a man, he ends up the phrases with a tone that its direction is going down. How are you doing? All right. Practical advice: talking in a lower bassy tone will not make the difference because it would sound unauthentic. Ending up phrases in a lower or higher tone is a consequence of how relaxed your state at the moment. Think of the last conversation with the girl after sex that you guys had together, and any intimate situation, romantic intimate, or the time where you have been extremely calmed down, and how did people around you reacted to that state of yours. Memorize these moments, and before you leave your home, take 2 to 3 minutes and simply embrace these memories, and make sure that you are in a quiet environment without any distractions. The less distractions, the better. Jacob Palmer. We all know Jacob Palmer. I see a lot of guys conversate with girls, and there is a lot of tension, and tension is a good thing. However, I'm talking about different tension. It's a tension It's related to right or wrong conversation vibes. I'm not saying that asking a yes or no question is wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm literally talking about the vibe itself. And girls, like in the very famous song, just wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have, yeah, exactly. As simply as that. Girls like to have fun. They like to flirt. And to be stimulated intellectually. First interaction between a guy and a girl is the part where the attraction and sexual tension are being established. That's where it begins. What to do then? Be playful. How to be playful? There are many ways, but just for the start, I'll share with you a few easy techniques. First one, false future pervy assumptions. For example, she tells you that she likes to cook after yoga, so you could tease her back with, oh, so you only want to see my kitchen. I see that. Not so fast, Tiger. And change the topic to see the change from seduction to being seduced. Second one, exaggerate whatever she is, says, or does. Make an exaggerating assumption on it. For example, if she talks low, interrupt her and ask her with a loud voice, but why are you whispering? Another way is to just watch other people, like the actor from the very known movie Stupid Crazy Love, Jacob Palmer, and fake it till you make it by simply memorizing one of his quotations or behaviors. My call to action is for the next girl that you meet up, simply just try the first two techniques. The conversation between you and a girl should be playful. Playfulness builds connection and trust. Try avoiding topics like religion or politics and other things that have that right-wrong vibes. The platonic friend. This one is divided for two parts. The first one is related to the dynamics between a man and a woman, and the second one is talking about the intention itself, or to be more precise, the lack of intention. Let's begin with the first one. So a lot of guys don't notice that, but they friendzone themselves, and it varies for different reasons. One of the reasons is that the guy open up too much and too fast, either at the first interaction or either during texting after contact exchanging. No, I don't believe in the 90-10 conversation rate between you and the girl, how much you should talk, how much you should talk. Sorry, yeah, I know that some PUA gurus tell you that you should speak most of the time and especially in the beginning. It's true, but it's not accurate. You could do it, but it's not a must. The best way is to just be more conscious and aware to the girl's behavior. Not reactive, but listening and not behaving in an automatic pilot. The girl wants to know you, your personality, not your rules, not your routines. So less is more. My practical call to action here is with the next three people that you will communicate, let them open up. Listen to their body language, to their voice. Feel urge to say something? Keep it down. Shut up. Learn to understand the other side's vibe. The second part is the lack of intention. The reason with the biggest impact is that the guys don't show their sexual intention in the girl. The girl should know within the first 5 minutes that you are there because you find her attractive, directly or indirectly. She must understand that. There are exceptions for big groups, big sets, where could be several options, several girls who could be several options, but for that I will talk more in one of the future videos of mine. Another way to emphasize the intention is physicality. And yes, it means touching the girl. I'm not talking about hugging her for 10 minutes in a row or dancing with her, but simply initiating kino, which I will also have a whole video about it. But for now, just practice with the next three girls that you're going to interact with, light touching, with not more than 1 or 2 seconds in the areas that are more socially, and simply lead. And if she starts to feel comfortable with that, then start talking in areas that are less socially, are more intimate. When I'm talking about social, I'm talking about areas like shoulder, back, all right, When I'm talking about intimate areas, I'm talking about this area, for example, like I'm talking about the inner side of the arm. So if she like that touch of yours, the idea is not to touch the girl too much. Even when you're taking the girl hand in hand, all right, do it for the fun, do it for the flirt, but don't stick around too much with that. It creates too much comfort, all right? As I say, girls don't need comfort, they need trust, all right? They need to know that they can trust you. By now, you should have around 20, 30 call to actions to repair, to cure that phenomenon called friend zone. Don't just continue to my next videos if you're not going to implement these advices, and don't skip one of them. If you're going to do this somewhere in the future, then these tips will never help you, and probably you will stay at the same place where you are for a longer time. We don't want this to happen, so don't throw promises in the air, execute today. In the next video, I will talk about the reasons why your numbers really become dates. When I'm talking about what happened in the text itself, when you're texting the girl, when you guys did sort of like how Mystery called time bridging. But for now, I wish you all a productive week or weekend, and thank you very much for watching this. If you have any questions, then you are free to send me an email again to care@masculife.com. See you at the next video. Tommy.